Athenian baseball is on the air. A beautiful night here at Crawfordsville High School at the Athenian Athletic Complex. Tommy Coy and Mike Schubert glad to be partaking in tonight's contest. Mike, it's unbelievable. Just the weather change from now, at the beginning of the year. Obviously, you made the trip down to Tennessee. Scott and I did a couple games. You and I did one game here.
Right,
it's amazing the weather change, how much different the weather has been, and how we've gone from like winter to summer.
Winter
just
to
like
summer,
that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's beautiful out tonight. Beautiful.
Oh, fantastic! I saw a tweet. Brian Wilkes, one of the better weather guys, Fox 59 News, said we went from having probably one of the coolest, wettest Aprils on record, and I believe it.
I believe it.
So now we've had 10 days in May, all above normal. I think 5 of those have been in the 80s, which is. I told Scott, I said, I'm not going. If I complain, someone needs to get me because I'm not going to do it. It has been fantastic. Well, the Southmont Mounties are in town for Game 2 of the home and home Sagamore Athletic Conference and Montgomery County matchup on Tuesday evening. Your Athenians were victorious over the host Southmont Mounties down in Newmarket on Tuesday evening by the score of 7-0. Pretty solid game for the Athenians. Mike, were you able to go down and watch the game?
Yes, I was. Enjoyed that very much down there. We saw incredible. You're probably going to bring this up, but I'm going to beat you to it. Incredible pitching out of Will Kellerman. He was just really on that night.
First hit of the game, right? And then he did not give up a hit the rest of the night.
The rest of the game.
So a solid.
I think he actually set down 15 in a row after that. It was awesome to watch him.
And he has been, when he has been able to throw strikes, which has been, something that he has struggled with at times.
Yes.
When he's throwing strikes, he's tough to hit because as Scott and I have said all season long, we've seen a lot of him here at home. We're sitting up above, and you see his fastball with the action that he gets on his fastball. And especially when it's down, it's hard for guys to square up.
Yes.
Now, he also has some trouble getting a little erratic, and that ball sometimes misses off the plate. But if he's able to throw that ball and get good movement as he has all season long, and he's able to get the off-speed across and keep that down, he has been really, really effective. But then, unfortunately, in the games, he has not been. He has been off. But a great game for the junior southpaw on Tuesday evening. On Tuesday evening, a victory for the Athenians. As we look at the Sagamore Athletic Conference baseball standings right now, Crawfordsville tied with Lebanon for 4th place at 5-5, 500 in the conference. Lebanon and Crawfordsville are behind North Montgomery, who is at 6-4, Tri-West, who is 7-3, and sitting at the top of the conference. And honestly, unless you ask Coach Dudley and anybody from Frankfurt. I don't even Coach Dudley, good guy, very honest guy.
Right.
I don't think Coach Dudley even would have said that he thought his team would have been at the top of the conference, at this point in the season. But there they sit at 8-2.
2 losses.
Two losses. One to. Actually, they have 2 losses to the Athenians so far this year. One obviously in the Invitational that was not a conference game.
Right.
But then one in extra innings over at Frankfurt, which it's hard to go to Frankfurt and win a ball game because they are really scrappy. Coach Dudley really does do a great job of getting everything out of his kids. They have to come here later on in the year. That's actually next week, next Thursday, I believe. Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. They will be here.
Yeah.
Week from Friday, but this week they've got they took care of business on Tuesday as well, as they were able to. Trying to look at the games here. They had Western Boone and beat Western Boone, I believe, 5-1 on Tuesday evening. Danville defeated Lebanon by a score of 5-3. Danville's been the team that's really kind of come on strong here after starting 0-6. They've won their last 4 conference games, and that's the team that many believed would be up near the top along with Tri-West. So there they won against Lebanon 5-3 on Tuesday evening. North Montgomery, another one that's really started to play really, really well. Defeated Tri-West on Tuesday night 9-3. That game really wasn't even that close. They got up really early, 6-0, and then really never looked back against Tri-West. And then obviously your Athenians defeated Southmont on Tuesday evening. So as we had said all year long, you put Danville in there now at 4-6. You've got 6 teams within 4 games.
Right.
It's been a really long time since you've had 6 teams all right there. 4 games may seem like a lot that separates Frankfort from Danville, but that's not. That's
not really. No.
Frankfort loses tonight, drops to 8-3. Danville wins and goes to 5-6.
Right.
I mean, they've got that deficit right there, and I believe Frankfort and Danville Frankfort swept Danville early in the year.
Yeah.
That's right, but Danville still got they got Western Boone next week. So I mean, and Western Boone is capable of beating anybody. You look at them; they're 2-8, but they played some really close games, and that 2-8's a little bit deceiving for as competitive as they've been in a lot of their games. So tonight, again here at the Athenian Athletic Complex, busy night. Again, the softball team is playing over right now, also against the Lady Mounties of Southmont. Get a look at our starting lineups here very quickly. Got the lineups here. So let's take a look at Southmont's starting lineup. Leading off and playing third base will be number 21, Cole Weimer. Batting second, playing short, will be Cam Chad. Batting third will be tonight's starting catcher, Ryan Stanley. Reese Long will bat fourth and play second base. Austin Mannion will bat fifth and play left field. Peyton Weiniger will bat sixth and play first base. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Mounties, Cole Roach, will bat seventh. Logan Smith, the center fielder, will bat eighth. And Tyson Bouchon will bat ninth and play in right. For your Athenians, starting lineup this evening as I closed out of my pictures. I just wish I could go back to a flip phone. I'm not real competent with these things. It's
I know.
hard to, So Will Kellerman will lead off and play at first. Batting second and playing second will be the sophomore switch-hitting Carson Scott. Batting third and playing third will be the Josh Blackburn, number 20. Batting fourth will be the left fielder, Austin Warren. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, Cam Saunders. Batting sixth, tonight's starting pitcher, Jake Decker. Batting second will be the shortstop, Cale McCarty. Batting eighth will be the catcher, Owen Bennett. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Cade Fitzwater. A little bit different lineup, obviously, here with Jake Decker pitching. Yeah. Jake Decker on the hill tonight. To pull up his stats here pitching-wise for the season. He's come in some big-time spots and really done a nice job this year.
Yeah, he's had a couple of really nice games as of late.
Has a 2.49 earned run average, is 0-1 on the season, does have 8 appearances. Has thrown 19 2/3 innings, given up 23 hits, 11 runs, 7 earned. Struck out 18 and walked 6. So does a pretty nice job throwing pretty consistent strikes. Obviously the 6 walks to 18 strikeouts, so 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, pretty solid for him. Coach Welliver's favorite stat, I don't know if they have that, is whip, walks plus hits divided by the innings pitched. So you have for Decker, you have 23, 52 23, 29 by innings pitched. So about a little less than 2. Obviously, he wants you right around 1.8 to 2, and that's a pretty solid job for Jake Decker.
Yes, it is.
Very solid job for Jake Decker. So tonight's really a big night for the Athenians if they want to make sure that they keep pace with the rest of the conference and give themselves an opportunity to maybe, obviously they kind of, in a way, control their own destiny. Obviously, Lebanon, they're tied with. Lebanon's really struggled here as of late. Obviously lost both games to Lebanon, but you've got obviously got a split with Tri-West, which is huge, but you've still got 2 games with North Montgomery and 1 left with Frankfort. So in a way, the Athenians kind of control their own destiny here a little bit to end the season, as I'm sure they would like to be. Obviously, they probably want a couple of those games back. The Tri-West game definitely comes to mind, where they had the tying run on second base, I believe. I think they may have had the tying run 90 feet away, and I think they may have had the winning run at second base.
Yes, they did.
As well. So, umpires are approaching Coach Jamie Welliver, head coach of the Southmont Mounties. Southmont comes in to tonight's game 10-9 on the season. Again, as we taking a look here real quick at the Sagamore Athletic Conference standings, just 2 teams in the Sagamore Conference are under 500. Lebanon sits at 8-11. and Western Boone at 3-12. But everybody else above 500. Frankfort and Crawfordsville both 13-9. Tri-West is 13-5. North Montgomery is 13-8. Danville 11-9, and Southmont is 10-9. So some pretty, already everybody to double digits, except Lebanon's two games away, and wouldn't be surprised if Lebanon gets to the point to where they are also at double-digit wins. Mike also had the sectional draw.
Yes, we did.
On Sunday. They moved the sectional draw up, I think, a week or so. They wanted to, I like the idea. The IHSAA did a great thing of trying to focus the attention of the draws on each of the individual sports, because it's like they sometimes had a midweek. They'd have they'd have the baseball draw like at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, at the IHSAA office. Yeah. And I know a lot of the coaches, wanted to get a little bit more opportunity for their draws to be showcased. Obviously football and girls and boys basketball were all done on television and things. Right. And here the IHSAA did a great thing, and had the softball sectional draw a week ago Sunday, and then here obviously this past Sunday had the sectional draw for baseball, which is a cool thing to do. Obviously stream it online. They don't play it on live TV anymore, but you can obviously still get to it through the IHSAA television network. But Crawfordsville got the bye. We only have a 5-team sectional. Frankfort and Lebanon will play in the first game coming up 2 weeks from yesterday. 2 weeks from yesterday. I believe that's the 23rd. Frankfort and Lebanon will play right here at Crawfordsville High School in the first game of the sectional. The winner of that game will advance to the second game on Monday, Memorial Day, and take on your Athenians. So the Athenians will play the winner of Frankfort and Lebanon in the second game on Monday. That leaves the first game on Monday to be between the Southmont Mounties and the North Montgomery Chargers. Those two teams split during the regular season, early on in the season. So those two teams will play on Memorial Day. The first game, I believe, starts at like 10 or 10:30, I think, on Monday morning. And I think the second game is like 12:30. And I believe that the championship game for after the semifinals on Monday will be at 6:30. Those games are not broadcasted on YouTube. I think there's a fee, I think, that everybody has to pay to the IHSAA to broadcast and do those games. So they will not be broadcast by YouTube. At least I don't think. I don't know what Coach Welliver has planned. He might have put in to do those, but not real sure. I'm sure the Crawfordsville radio station, who is also here this evening, they're broadcasting tonight's baseball contest. I'm sure they will probably be doing the sectional games. And they do a great job. They really do a great job of covering for the radio station. Do a nice job for all doing the tournaments for all Montgomery County schools. Voice of the man, the myth, the legend is Mr. Dave Raynard on the mic tonight, getting ready to announce the starting lineups again. Mike, what do you think? Obviously, after the 7-0 game on Tuesday evening, obviously the Athenians, have struggled at times offensively, but put some good at bats together. Obviously on Tuesday evening, what's going to be the key to tonight's game? You think to complete the not only the Montgomery County sweep, but the Sagamore Conference sweep of the Mounties?
Yes, I thought they played a really, really fine game, all-around game. They did commit one error late because it wasn't costly, but they hit in key situations.
Number 19, Logan Smith.
Josh Blackburn, he got 4 RBIs, 2 of them on a 2-run home run, straightaway center. So they just really dug in and played a complete game, I thought. One of their better ones.
That's one thing they have lacked. They've lacked some games this year where they put together a complete performance.
Right,
pitching,
they would leave people,
defense,
runners on base. Yeah,
and it's hard to because I was talking with Coach Hobson with this obviously before the game. You look at and Coach Bean too. You look at this team, and it's just Cade and Sammy who are your seniors. And there are a lot of guys who have some varsity experience, but a lot of guys who just don't have a lot of varsity experience.
Right.
And this is still a young team. Obviously, they're not going to make that excuse. 22 games into the year, they should be able to. But this is still a team that's still getting a full varsity season under their belt. So, the fact that it's the 22nd game of the year that they put together a pretty solid, complete game is not really surprised because, next year we're going to have the most experience back, which is going to be a good thing. So these games that they're having growing pains in, they will definitely use this season as a learning experience. So, all right, well, we will step aside here and we will to the playing of our national anthem.
Please direct your attention to the American flag located in right field. At this time, the Crawfordsville Community School Corporation and the IHSAA invite you to please stand and proudly remove your caps as we honor the United States of America. Let's play Athenian baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, today's game is being broadcast live on YouTube. If you know someone that wasn't able to make it
Again, what a beautiful, beautiful night for baseball. Beautiful night here at Crawfordsville High School here at the Athenian Athletic Complex. Again, Tommy Coy and Mike Schubert happy to be bringing you tonight's contest from Crawfordsville High School. First three batters for the Mounties will be Weimer, Chad, and Stanley. Again, defensively out there for the Athenians. Kellerman is at first. Scott is at second. McCarty at short. Blackburn is at third, with Warren in left, Fitzwater in center, and Saunders in right. Your battery, Owen Bennett behind the mound, or behind the dish, and on the mound, number 6, junior Jake Decker. Interesting, the game obviously Coach Froge has to play when he's got one of his starting outfielders move to the mound, who all he has to maneuver around defensively. Obviously, Cade, Cade Fitzwater, your grandson, obviously, who usually is at third base.
Yeah.
Just showing his versatility. He can, obviously played a lot of middle infield in his career. Played some last year. Played a little bit of first base early in the year. Obviously, a very good outfielder as well. Plays the corner spots, and obviously out in center tonight. So Bennett goes a good throw down to first base, and we are about ready to get underway.
Leading off for the Mounties, the third baseman, Cole Weimer.
All right, leading off for the Mounties, Cole Weimer. Pull up his stats here real quick as Decker comes, sets, and delivers first offering of the night as it's fouled straight back by Weimer. We're sitting 259 on the year. Just three RBI in the leadoff spot for Mounties. Ball's taken up.
Little up on that one, just up top of the zone.
Pitch was at 6:02 p.m. 6:02.
Two umpires I don't remember ever seeing before, so this will be interesting. Nice. That curveball's taken inside for a ball. Run the count to 2-1. Very little wind this evening. Now it's picking up a little bit out of the southwest, which is a very warm wind.
He found the alley.
Lined into center field for a base hit. Kate does a nice job of getting to it. Bobbles a little bit, makes a solid throw back inside, but Weimer's going to be in there with a double to start off
The shortstop
for the Mounties. Pitch he went down and got. Kate did a great job of cutting it off and getting to it. Obviously having to stop his momentum going to his left.
Right.
Make a tough play there. There's now Cam Chad, the shortstop. He's hitting .255. 12 RBI on the year. Ball in there for a strike. Look like they're going to be attacking that inside part of the plate with some off speed here early on. Drops to the side on that off speed pitch. Just able to get out of the way as Chad runs the count to 1-1. Cole Weber on second for the Mounties to lead off the game. Pitch is fouled straight back by Chad to run the count to 1-2. Cam Chad, 4-year starter for the Mounties. Played shortstop a long time. Going on to play basketball. Just able to get a piece of that one and foul it off, but looks like it's going to be playable for Will Kellerman and foul ground on the first baseline for out number 1. Pretty good pitch there by Jake Decker. Good 1-2 pitch. Not a pitch that Chad's going to be able to do a lot with.
The catcher, Ryan Stanley.
Ryan Stanley will be the batter now with 1 out. Cole Weimer still standing on second. Ryan Stanley, one of the better hitters for the Mounties, hitting .404. Serves in a strike right there. Doing a nice job of getting ahead, Mike. Doing a real nice job of getting ahead. Stares in, checks back. Weimer at second, delivers. Good job by Bennett right there.
He's
really
been doing a good job back
yes,
there.
He has.
Yes.
He's continued to improve and get better. He's really worked on his catching throughout his entire career from his Little League days. Got lessons from Coach Vasquez at Wabash College, and really has just continued to blossom. But just taken high and inside. Went down, dropped down to the side a little bit again there. Brings the count to 2-1. Fouled into the netting to run the count to 2-2. Jake's done a nice job so far being efficient. Not if he's, he's first count he's really got behind in right here, but he's easily able to get that back. Force Stanley to foul that one back into the screen. Takes a look at Weimer, goes down the side. It's going to be ripped down to third. Blackburn does a nice job of scooping that up, throwing him out at first, keeping
textbook
Weimer,
play by Josh. Very good job.
Keeping Weimer at second base for out number 2. Again, the versatility again. Blackburn coming in from center field to play third base. Kate Fitzwater again did a nice job cutting off the ball in the gap. Make sure that didn't get any more. Lined right out to center field, a base hit. That's going to score a run. Throw comes in and the ball gets away from Kellerman. It's going to be an extra base. On the throw in, tough in between hop for Will to have to come up and make a play on. So 1-0 Mounties. The RBI single. Batter's now 25, Mannion. Takes a called strike there, Austin Mannion. So 2-out single by Reese Long. Drives in Weimer. Moves to second on the air. Another rip into left field. This time base hit. Austin Warren goes up the line. But just off the line, Owen Bennett not able to get back in time to tag out the running on contact, obviously, Reese Long.
Yep. Coach Welliver didn't give him any hesitation down there. He had him going all the way.
He did. He did. Good throw by Austin. Plenty of time just up the first base line. There's now Peyton Weininger. Weininger hitting .302 on the year as he takes pitch low and out for a ball. Looks over and gets first throw over the evening, but Mannion is back. Low for a ball. Count goes to 2-0. Already 2-0 Mounties on 3 hits. Weininger still at the plate with Mannion on first. Pitch is lined into right field, but right to Cam Saunders, who makes the catch to retire the Mounties here in the first. The Mounties do get 2 runs on a pair of base, or on 3 base hits, actually. 1 error allowed the base runner to move from first to second for 1 error in the inning, and they do leave a man. So going to the bottom half of the first, Mounties get 2 with the Athenians coming up. So going scoreless on Tuesday evening, if Mounties open right up just as sure as they probably wanted to get their starting pitcher, Cole Roach, some instant offense so he can pitch with the lead. Also, Cole Roach has done a solid job pitching this year. 2.35 earned run average, 3-2 record on the season. Does have 6 starts, overall 8 appearances, leading the team in innings pitched with 38 2/3. Giving up just 13 earned runs, 22 total. Has struck out 55 and walked 20. So a strikeout guy, but also has a tendency to get a little erratic as well. Giving up a little bit over about a base runner per inning. That's a pretty solid opponent's batting average too, Mike. Just a 147 opponent's batting average against Cole Roach this season.
Well, that's right. Not bad at all.
So first 3 batters coming up in the inning for the Athenians will be Kellerman, Scott, and Blackburn. That's been the consistent lineup here that Coach Rhodes has gone with last couple handfuls of games or so. Will's done a nice job at the leadoff spot.
Yes,
Will's done a real nice job.
This is a real nice 1-2-3 combination. Yeah, Will has a lot of ways he can get on, and of course Carson Scott. That's a fantastic bunter. He can put the ball wherever he needs to.
Obviously they have their routine that they come out and do before the game, and I came out and kind of pulled the I hate to say I pulled the media card, but I came out kind of like the broadcaster was watching him do the thing, and just the way he controls the bat. Bunting is such a lost art.
Yes.
You just watch him as he is able to handle the bat. It's such a control the bat thing as Will Kellerman takes first pitch there for a strike, and he just so good
wherever
being
he
able
wants
to place it.
Wherever he needs to put it. Yeah.
Pitches high and outside for a ball, runs the count to 1-1. Again, such a lost art. You don't see a lot of guys, this age, because they don't want to, don't want to bunt very much. They just don't want to do. I was actually having that conversation with, Jamie Welliver, Coach Jamie Welliver of Southmont. He was at Civil War Day on Friday, and we were talking about that. And he's just like, I'm an old school guy. I want to play for the 3-run home run, and bunting's not really part of it. Will Kellerman swings and misses at strike 3 for the first out.
The second baseman, Carson.
Here's Carson Scott. Carson Scott was the leading hitter for the Athenians for much of the year, still is. Hitting .475 on the year. Looks to bunt there and takes the first pitch for a strike. Roach again, first 2 hitters, first pitch strikes. Just taken low and out for a ball. Count runs to 1-1. Defensively for the Mounties, you have Weimer at third, Chad at short, Long at second, and Weininger at first. And left is Mannion, center is Smith, and right is Bouchon. Behind the plate for the Mounties is Stanley, and on the mound, Cole Roach. That's 2-1 to Carson Scott. He'll line that one foul. And the count to 2-2. Again, Roach being pretty efficient to start out here this first inning as well. Not wasting a lot of time, getting ahead. Just taking high for a ball. Runs the count full. It's Carson Scott, the sophomore second baseman for the Athenians. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Just past the glove of Cole Roach. Solid contact on the ball. Good hard hit ball there for Carson Scott. So he is the Athenians' first base runner. That will bring up Josh Blackburn. Blackburn also swinging a pretty good bat. He's hitting .390 so far on the year. Does have one of the Athenians' 2 triples on the year. Just misses that one. He popped out just out beyond second base to the shortstop Chad for out number 2. I don't know if that might have jammed you or maybe got that off the end of the bat a little bit. I didn't see it until after he had swung, Mike.
The left fielder
just missed.
Yeah.
Just missed no matter what. So second out of the inning, the batter is now Austin Warren. Warren, a .265 hitter on the year. Has a home run. Took a pretty good hefty cut right there. So that will be fouled off to the softball field. Counts 0-1. Again, Scott at first after a 1-out single. Second pitch right there on that outside corner
just
for a
caught
strike.
it, yeah.
Good pitch. Not much that Austin could have done with that off that low and outside corner. Probably just would have beat that into the ground to second base. Counts now 0-2. Sophomore left fielder for the Athenians swings and misses at that high curveball for strike 3.
And 1 left.
So the Athenians strand their one base runner.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we have a special presentation. The Crawfordsville Athenian baseball program would like to recognize former Athenian Cale Wendelin. Cale graduated in the CHS class of 2017 and after last year was awarded the honor of IHSBCA Academic All-State. Cale is currently at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology studying biomedical engineering. Congratulations, Cale Wendelin.
Cale Wendelin, 2017 graduate of Crawfordsville High School, honored with Indiana Academic All-State. They don't have the Academic All-State results until about midway, I think it's sometimes midway through June before they do the Academic All-State. I was on that committee one year for Academic All-State, and there's a formula they have to do. It's grade point average and class rank and SAT or ACT scores, and it is Academic All-State teams are a challenge to get onto. There's a lot of kids that do make it, but there are a lot of kids who are very, very intelligent, highly qualified kids that don't make it. So it's a pretty big honor to make Indiana Academic All-State for any sport. So congratulations to Cale Wendelin for Indiana Academic All-State for the 2017 season. He's currently at Rose-Hulman. Rose-Hulman takes a pretty intelligent guy and a hardworking guy to be able to even get into Rose-Hulman, but then be able to stay there and stick it out and do work hard.
I had the privilege of coaching Cale when he started his career in Little League. I brought him up through the ranks, and he was quite a help for the team last year. He was made a DH, but he hit the ball well.
And also seemed to be the guy that always the ball seemed to find as well. He put himself in the record book for most hit by pitches in a season.
Yes.
I mean, it seemed to be and sometimes a big spot when we needed a base runner. It always seemed to be him, and the ball always seemed to find him somehow.
It did.
He
was
one. He never shied away from it.
No way.
Never seemed to shy away. Ball magnet, as his father Aaron is calling to us. Absolutely. Blackburn fields it and throws Roach out at first. 2 balls that go to the backstop, and you swing 2-0 and roll over the top of it, which helps us for out number 1. There's now Logan Smith hitting .220 on the year. First pitch to Smith is called for a strike. I think it would have been a strike anyway. Smith, the center fielder for the Mounties. Swings and misses a low inside fastball. The good pitch there by Jake Decker. Count is now 0-2. Look at the flags out in center, and it's moving pretty good out to the west.
Well, there's another one, a high curve, fooled him.
Climb the ladder. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. So good efficiency through the first 2 hitters for the Athenians. Right fielder, now we get to the right fielder, Tyson Bouchon, with 2 down. Bouchon hitting .261 on the year. Just taking high for a ball. So with the 8th pitch of the inning for Jake Decker, had a good start to the first inning, about the same way. Just misses low and out to run the count to 2-0. Again, 2-0 Mounties. Getting 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning. Just misses inside for a ball, running the count to 3-0. Jamie Welliver's wanting to get an appeal that it looked like it hit Bouchon, wanting to appeal. Umpire says, nah, he's good. This count is now 3-0. Your sets and deals. Called strike. Getting the counts of 3-1. It seems like the guy that wants to get on base with a hit by pitch like that usually is the one that's struggling a little bit. Sean takes ball 4. 2-out walk. That'll reset the lineup in the form of the third baseman Cole Wheatmer, who lined a single, actually a double, to the right center field gap his first time up to start the game. So he tries to use the sand wedge to golf that one. Comes up empty. Bouchon on first with 2 down. Pitch to Wheatmer is
one's up and over us.
Off the asphalt behind us, runs the count to 0-2. Bouchon, the first walk of the night. Other than that, Decker's done a pretty nice job getting ahead of hitters. Curveball is fouled just out of the glove of Owen Bennett. And Wheatmer will stay alive to see another 0-2. Again, beautiful, beautiful night for baseball. There's 0-2, good pitch. Blackburn to his left field.
Good play by Josh.
And retires Wheatmer to end the inning.
No runs.
So the
and 1 left.
Junior right-hander Jake Decker able to work around a 2-out walk. The Athenians will come to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. Still trailing 2-0. The Athenians will have Saunders, Decker, and McCarty. 4, 5, and 6 due up here in the bottom half of the second inning. We'll look and see if there's any scores yet for the area. Just want to make sure that I remind everybody. We will be on the air, meaning someone will be on the air. I don't know about you, Mike. If you'll be doing the broadcast on Saturday, I will be otherwise obligated on Saturday, so I will not be able to be here on Saturday, but we will be hosting Park Tudor and a varsity JV doubleheader here at the Athenian Athletic Complex. And also Saturday will be a special day, and I don't know if I'd want to be here anyway because this team still gives me nightmares. It will be honoring the 10-year anniversary of the 2008 state championship team, and they'll be doing a nice little ceremony for them and getting them all together and inviting any Crawfordsville alumni to attend on Saturday. Love to see any alumni here on Saturday as we celebrate the 2008 state championship team. And Mike, I mean, that team does. That team was about as loaded a team as I can ever remember.
Yes, they were.
Against, playing against. I mean, you could have put that team up against anybody with the three, Division I talent type pitchers that they had that year. So Cam Saunders takes pitch high and outside for a ball. Andrew Swart was he went to Wabash College, and really I think he could have been a Division I player, but obviously was a committed Wabash guy. Cam will send that one deep to right. That's going to get to the wall out there in right center. Saunders will stop at second with a double. Put a charge into that one to lead off the inning. So the Athenians in business with the runner in scoring position to start off. Here now with Jake Decker able to help his cause a little bit here.
Yeah, Cameron has really been hitting the ball well last few games. He's really brought his average up, hitting well.
And got that one on the barrel, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you barrel one up like that, just misses. Good pitch to bunt right there. Just misses down the third base line. Foul for Jake Decker, getting the count to 0-1. North Montgomery is down 2-0 already. A 2-run home run by Derek Wagner for Tri-West. Gives them a 2-0 lead over the Chargers. It's a big game. Big game for both those two teams. Second, third place teams. Decker pulls back and takes just low for a ball, running the count to 1-1. A lot of people probably pulling for my cousin Peyton Young, too. Peyton Young will be on the hill tonight for the Stars as they take on the Frankfurt Hot Dogs. Decker gets the bunt down and is able to move Saunders over to third as he is retired at first. So sacrifice 1-4. We're out number one. Here now is Cale McCarty. Tough year at the plate for Cale, but just a kid that just is going to continue to get better, continues to work. Puts down a nice safety squeeze right there, what it looks like. Thrown into right field. That's
got to go into right field.
McCarty will stay
put it in play, make a play.
Very good bunt right down the first base line. Obviously, the first baseman and pitcher both kind of coming the same way, kind of avoided each other. The second baseman's coming to cover. And to stop his momentum, it goes into right field. So the first run of the contest manufactured via the small ball.
The catcher, Owen Bennett.
No, nobody at second either, So the first pitch is high and tight to Bennett. I'm surprised we don't get an appeal on the bunt. He might have been a little late pulling it back, but there's no check. So good for Bennett there. Count goes to 1-0. So McCarty moves down to second on the pass ball. It shows bunt again, but takes inside. That goes to 2-0. Run in for the Athenians, cuts the deficit in half. Ooh, that's looked inside. We called a strike there. Sometimes the catcher doesn't help their pitcher.
Right.
With the way they catch it. That might have been a better pitch than the way the catcher made it look. Off the hands. Going to be a tough play there for Chad. Pretty good play there by Cam Chad. Nice play. Yeah. Just got sawed off enough there, did Bennett. But he does move McCarty 90 feet away from tying this game. Batter is now Cade Fitzwater. Athenians starting center fielder. He's hit the ball here pretty well lately. He's up to 341 on the year. Curveball taken out tight for a called strike. Good take there. Not a pitch you want. Again, good outside pitch right there. All he could probably do is just hit that weakly to the right side. Another curveball.
Ooh.
Strike 2, a little late on the call there, but
He wasn't sure, was he?
It took him a second, but count runs 0-2. How's that pitch off? So he's going to have to do 0-2. That's one thing that we have done a lot better on. We talked about that at the beginning of the year. One game that you and I did. You talked about how we struck out a lot looking down at Tennessee. A lot of swings and misses, and being able to foul off tough 0-2 two-strike pitches. Cade fouls off another one there. Stay alive at 0-2. That was a good 0-2 pitch that
it was
the right he fouled off. So Cade will again see a 0-2 pitch from Roach. Just misses outside. Good 0-2 pitch right there. Just misses outside off the plate. Cade just hangs on and does not give on the 0-2 curveball. This is 1-2.
That'll get a run. Maybe. Yes.
He's safe. Just got in. Great hustle there by McCarty.
Yes, it was.
Was on his horse the whole way. Was just able to get under it. So a big run as the Athenians tie the game at 2 with Fitzwater still hitting. Count is 1-2. Or 2-2, excuse me.
Yeah, 2-2.
The senior center fielder. Cade puts that on the ground.
Weimer.
Be a tough play. Good play there at third by Weimer to get Fitzwater, and that will retire the side. But Athenians able to tie the game
and leave none.
On a couple of base hits, a couple of miscues that obviously don't show up on the scoreboard, but a couple of pass balls, and obviously the throw is probably an error. I'd say that definitely the throw to second base or throw to first would have been an error that got McCarty.
Right.
There.
Yeah.
So at least one error benefited there. So he's back in business to tie the game at 2 apiece. Going to the top half of the third inning here, Cam Chad will lead off the inning for the Mounties. So the Mounties will have 2, 3, and 4. Chad, Stanley, and Long.
I could just barely.
That better? That better? Still not? Still not yet? I was going to say we have every once in a while. Try to fix our earphones here. Playing around a little bit with those since we have a little bit of issue with those. It's all right.
You came across one time there.
The shortstop, Cam Chad.
That's all right. There we go. It's like it goes in and out. That's all right.
In and out, yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, you go in and out.
Unfortunately, everybody has to hear us, though. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. Yeah.
Cam Chad will lead off the top half of the third inning for the Mounties. Bounces that one into the ground. Tough hop there from McCarty. It's going to go over the head of Kellerman. What a really tough play. Looks like it hit a little bit of the lip there off of the circle for the Athenian shortstop.
The catcher, Ryan,
I think I'd give that a base hit. Looked like I think Cam was going to make that a tough play anyway. But they give him an error officially on the board.
Yeah.
So Athenians, or not the Athenians, but the Mounties in business with the leadoff runner on first from the air at shortstop. Again, the batter, Ryan Stanley, the catcher, grounded out his first time up. Shows bunt, tries to lay down a bunt, but it is foul. Lucky just to get that one right around the plate. That's when he's going to want to come up with two hands, or either barehanded or scoop that into his glove instead of just hitting it with the glove. Tough to do. To have really good hand-eye coordination to be able to get that all there. Good pitch right there from Decker. Good throw. Just
on the other side of the bag, we got him.
Yes, he is.
A good try by Owen. Yeah.
Will thought he had him.
Yeah. It looked good.
Cam Chad, a little nonchalant getting back into the base, too. Surprised he didn't try to bust it back in. Made that a lot close. If he slid, that may have been a little bit less of a play, but standing up made it look really close. Another good 0-2 pitch. Owen tries again. This time Chad back in plenty of time. You could hear Coach Froge say a little more down the line on that throw. He's absolutely right. That's up the line a little bit more, and he's swing and a miss, strike 3.
Can't go anywhere on that one.
Good pitch there by Jake Decker. A 1-2 pitch that's still his count. Done a pretty nice job on the 0-2 pitches, getting pitches that are just off the plate. Not going to be able to put a good barrel on.
Yeah.
First out of the inning, and here now is Reese Long. Drove in one of the runs in the first inning for the Mounties. Curveball taken for a called strike there by Long. Again, Chad at first for the Mounties, reaching on a Athenian error to lead off the inning. Decker will jam Long, and he fouls out. Will Kellerman and Owen Bennett both going after, but Kellerman, the man able to retire Reese Long in foul ground. The second out of the inning.
Austin Mannion.
Austin Mannion will be the batter now for the Mounties. He has another one of the Mountie hits, resulting in one of the Mountie runs. It's always funny to look at the flags as Decker will throw to keep Chad over at first. You look out there in center field, Mike, and the two centermost flags are blowing. Look like this balloon's blown, but you look out the
straight down.
Yeah, the U.S. flag down the right field line wasn't moving. Now it's moving a little bit more, but pitch is turned on and lined into left field down the line. Austin Warren gets to it quick. Good job by Warren to cut that to keep the runner Cam Chad at third base, but that is a double for Mannion. That will put runners at second and third for the Mounties with 2 down.
The first baseman, Peyton Weiniger.
The batter is Peyton Weiniger. Weiniger was retired in his first at bat. I believe the 5-3 by Blackburn. His first pitch, curveball popped up. Bennett's Gotcha. Makes the catch to retire the Mounties in the third inning. Tough play coming back with the wind. Obviously blowing it towards him. A question. Does the experts... That's not an RBI. That is not an RBI. I didn't think so either. Not an RBI. So officially, no. Got a question asking if the batter got an RBI on the pass ball. That is not. I believe it is still an earned run, but that is not an RBI. Not an RBI.
So I will give a shout out to Greg Stevenson, who is kind of laid up tonight. He's recovering from a minor surgery, and he sent in a question about, does a player get an RBI when a runner scores on a wild pitch? Tommy and I agree that it is not an RBI.
I guarantee you if it's wrong, we'll get somebody who will text us or tell us, or somebody will for sure tell us. We had that come up last week. I think Scott and I were talking about how somebody grounded into a double play, and but a run scored. I'm pretty sure that if you grounded a double play, obviously with nobody out, and then obviously you turn a double play and there's 2 outs with this run scores, that it's not an RBI. No major league level, that is. Obviously different coaches around Indiana with high school rules and things give a little bit of a little bit of leeway when it comes to the stats and things. Obviously most high school coaches will probably want to give them an RBI on that.
Yeah.
But in discussion too about catcher's indifference, late in games in major leagues, if a guy doesn't cover and a guy steals a base and they don't attempt to get him out, it's not taken as a stolen base, it's technically catcher's indifference. Yeah. But high school level, there is no such thing as catcher indifference. So Will Kellerman will lead off for the Athenians. He takes ball 1. Struck out his first time up. He will get that one just off the end of the bat, but it will be caught out there and left. Metal bats, you can't lie. They tell you for sure if you don't hit the ball very square. It makes a funky sound. That one looked like that one just got off the end of the bat.
There's a difference on that sound, yes.
For sure. He's retired by Manning out and left for out number 1. Batter's now Carson Scott, who singled in his first at bat, was able to drive the count full and sent a hard single up the middle. Looked like that kind of fooled both Scott and the catcher Stanley, as he was broke a little bit later than what he thought. He was outside for a ball. Breaks right across the plate for a strike to run the count to 1-1. Getting 2-2 here in the bottom half of the third inning. That curveball's taken low. Scott again showing bunt. Roach delivers. Pretty good play there by Cole Roach to retire Scott on the butt. Obviously wants that a little bit more towards short. Would have been a tough play. Obviously, a right-handed pitcher falling off the mound to his left. Just a little bit more towards the shortstop, maybe a little bit more power too. And I know Carson's frustrated. He's pounding the bat from one hand to the other. Really good idea. And again, he is such a good bunter, able to do those things. Huge, valuable asset. Josh Blackburn takes that pitch high and inside for a ball. Pitch is taken high for a ball, running the count to 2-0. Blackburn was retired, I believe, on the first pitch. His first time up as he popped out. Curveball taken off the plate and outside to run the count to 3-0. It's a junior third baseman. Center fielder, third baseman, and he also pitches a little. 3-0 green light as he fouls back. Wasn't paying attention if Coach Froge gave him. He must have given him the green light. Josh has swung the bat pretty well. Coach Froge will do that from time to time. Give his better hitters a green light as he's plunked there by the curveball. He'll trot on down to first base. So a 2-out hit by pitch will bring up the sophomore left fielder, Austin Warren. Struck out on a high breaking ball his first time up to end the first inning.
Warren.
You know, he's due to get a hold of one.
Yes, he is.
He's due to get a hold of one. So he fakes the bunt. That's going to be thrown into center. Blackburn will slide into third after the errant throw into center field. There was nobody covering at second base. Stanley, as soon as he let go, threw up the hands like, where's my coverage? Blackburn at first hesitated as he came off second base, but then he turned on the jets. And even if the throw had gotten there, he would have beat it. So now Blackburn 90 feet away with 2 down, and Austin Warren hitting with a 1-0 count. Curveball that must have just missed off the outer half. Right, the count to 2-0. Really good count to work with here if Austin can get a fastball. He will get a curveball right on cue as it's taken for a strike. Roach and Stanley obviously knowing the same thing we are. Warren probably sitting dead red as he gets another curveball there. Stanley thought he went and got the appeal to the umpire at second base, who's not obviously going to be able to see that very well.
Not from there.
Not from that position.
He's not going to call it.
Able to hold, and the count now goes to 3-1. Good curveball there, runs count 3-2. Obviously, I think Austin hopefully probably knows what he's seen here. He hasn't seen anything straight, so more than likely going to see another one of the benders, and he will for sure, but it's taken low and outside for ball 4. Obviously not wanting to give Austin a pitch that he can drive.
Well, I'm not sure he wants to give Cam one either, but he's going to have to pitch one of them, isn't he?
He is. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a steady dose of of benders on Cam, too, as he doubled his first time up on the straight stuff out to the Athenians sign out in right center field. Warren on first as he draws the walk. Blackburn at third. High and tight to Cam Saunders for a ball. Blackburn got to third via the hit by pitch and then stolen second base and an errant throw by Stanley to third, which again wasn't his fault. There wasn't anybody covering. Saunders takes that curveball right there for a strike, and they count to 1-1. Again, wouldn't be surprised if Roach threw that many curveballs to Warren, and obviously Saunders hit the fastball in the second inning. But he gives him one to hit right there. That goes right to Weimer. Weimer throws Saunders out at first to retire the Athenians in the bottom half of the third inning. Again, 2 runners left on base. We talked with a couple of coaches, obviously Coach Froge and Coach Cosgrave at Lebanon, and saw Coach Welliver, obviously at Civil War Day. These left on base in a conference season where every game and every run matters, they're going to start that up. That's the 3rd runner left on base for the Athenians. Not working.
Video's filled up on it.
Uh-oh. We still have sound? Still have sound. We're all right, right?
They can hear you, but my video's locked up.
Well, hopefully you can still hear us, even though the picture's froze up. Again, we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Jake Decker's done a pretty nice job so far. Got himself in trouble just once there in that first inning. That's really it.
Yeah, we're just getting a mess. I'm sure that I checked my phone because I thought Greg would be giving us a word on that.
So I can hear the sound. I pull it up. I get the alerts, as I'm sure many of you do, getting the alerts from the YouTube channel on when we go live. So we'll stay on as long as we can, at least since we've got sound to bring it to you if you're listening to us. Again, it is 2-2 here in the top half of the 4th inning. Mounties have gotten their 2 runs on 4 hits with just 1 error. The Athenians have gotten their 2 runs on 3 hits with just 2 errors, and there's going to be a swinging bunt. Swinging bunt, man, for a bunt there as the leadoff hitter for the Mounties will reach base. Tough break there. Good pitch there by Decker. Just beats that into the ground, and it dies in the grass. So Roach helps his cause by getting a leadoff swinging bunt single. The batter is now Logan Smith. Squares the bunt and gets a great pitch to bunt, but he fouls it straight back to the screen. And it counts 0-1. Here, I just said, Coach Welliver made me look like a liar here. Talked to him at Civil War Day this past Friday. Said he didn't like to use the bunt, and here he's it's the 3rd batter he's used to bunt. Decker throws over to try to make sure he's keeping Cole Roach close over there. Also, with a guy bunting, some teams will send their runner in motion to get the defense moving a little bit for the bunt, and sometimes some teams will also do that to fake bunt. That's a Coach Froge great coaching item to do. That's going to be pop foul down the first baseline on another bunt attempt. Count will now go to 0-2. Jake's done a really nice job of getting ahead. He has 1 walk.
Yes, he has.
Walked Tyson Bouchon in the top half of the 3rd inning. But really, he's been ahead most of the night of most of his hitters, and you can't ask for any more out of your pitcher than to make sure that you're ahead pumping strikes. Roach takes his lead at first. Decker sets and delivers the 0-2. Taken low and outside. Bunt it throws down to try to make sure Roach stays put, and he does. Again, a bunt attempt there for the Mountie center fielder, Smith, but he pulls back. Decker again checks Roach at first, sets and deals. Bunt down that first base line. Owen is able to get out. just gets Smith at first. Good job by Will Kellerman. Such a tough time of day. You get that ball up into the sun. Kellerman's got the sunglasses on, and Owen makes a good throw and retires Smith, who is retired on the sacrifice 2-3, and that will move Roach to second. The batter now is Tyson Bouchon, who drew the only Mountie walk so far in the contest. So he hits that one down the right field line. That will be foul. Cam Saunders making a great effort to go get it. Got wiped out in the process.
Got a batting cage down there, yeah.
Oh. I love our left fielder and our right fielder to death, but sometimes watching both of those guys run is a little awkward.
A little bit,
awkward. Just a little bit. Guys very stiff. Both. I mean, you look at Austin and Campbell, strong guys, but sometimes the running part looks a little difficult at times for them as Tyson Bouchon swings and misses at a 0-1 curveball to run the count to 0-2. Again, Cole Roach out at second base after the infield single, and then he was sacrificed over. Becker drops down. That's going to be driven to left. Warren makes the catch out in left center and played pretty well for out number 2. Back to the top of the order now for the Mounties, in the form of Cole Weimer, third baseman. 1 for 2 on the night. Again, Roach, that's second for the Mounties. Back to the top of the order for Weimer. This pitch is swung on and missed. Half swing there for Weimer. Good curveball again by Jake Decker to get the count to 0-1. Again, Mike, he just is efficient. Getting ahead. Doing a really nice job.
Yes, he is. He's doing all right on that.
He might have changed speeds a little bit on that pitch as he fouls that one straight back to run the count to 0-2. Now Coach Welliver going to come out, talk with Jake. I don't know if he maybe missed a sign here or he's wanting to talk to him or something here. I know every once in a while you'll have the, depending on the team you're playing, Mike, sometimes the runners on second base will give signs from the, because they don't switch the signs. And
come celebrate at the Athenian complex just prior to our first pitch.
Coach Welliver gets what he needs conveyed to both Jake Decker and Owen Bennett across. Maybe setting up this next sequence of pitches as well to the Mountie leadoff man. Weimer. Decker sets after the timeout and delivers. Curveball just misses off the outside corner. Again, his 0-2 pitches tonight have been very, very good. Very tough for the Mountie hitters to lay off and just miss. There's 1-2, just off the plate outside. That counts 2-2. Another breaking ball there. Gets the 2-2 sign, looks back at Roach and delivers. Swing, and a strike 3. Decker throws 2 over the top curveballs and drop down to the side. Threw a little bit of a slider there. That will retire Weimer. So the Athenians are able to work around a leadoff infield single. And the Mounties come up empty in the top half of the 4th inning. The game tied at 2. Again, Mounties 2 runs on 5 hits. They do have 1 error. Athenians have 2 runs on 3 hits and have committed 2 errors. Again, Mike, you take away that first inning. The first base hit I think was with 2 strikes, and Jake left it up a little bit and got a good base hit. Did Weimer put it into right center field gap to get the double, and then the couple base hits that the Mounties were able to get in that first inning. Not really hard hit balls, just good pieces of hitting.
Just enough.
But it's because Jake Decker's throwing a lot of strikes. He's getting ahead and really doing a nice job. A real nice job. Hasn't really made any mistakes other than the 2-strike pitch that he gave up in that first inning, but has really done a nice job.
Coach Welliver went out to talk to him that last batter there, and I mean he settled him down. He knew it was a good hitter up. Runner on second, scoring opportunity, and goes back with a big K. That was a fine job.
Well, he gets him ahead 0-2, and there's still sometimes sometimes a young, Decker. This is Jake Decker's first year of pitching varsity. So, sometimes thinking, I can just go right at him here 0-2 and, bring a pitch across the plate. Well, that's not a guy you can bring the ball across the plate because he's going to put it in the gap as he did in the first inning. That's probably what Coach Welliver was telling him. Hey, we don't want him to be able to put a bat on these next two pitches. So don't have it close.
Yes.
And then it's, talking about sequence. Sometimes it's all about the sequence. That's one thing that Coach Welliver is very, very good at, and he conveys to his pitchers. This pitch sets up the next two.
Exactly.
Especially with two strikes. And that absolutely guaranteed that's probably what he went out there to do, was to set up that sequence. Because as we said, two over the top, or straight over the top curveballs, and then he dropped down to the side on that 2-2. Weimer struck out as Decker takes that first pitch low for a ball to lead off here the bottom half of the fourth inning for the Athenians. It will be Decker, McCarty, and Fitzwater. Decker takes the fastball inside for a strike to run the count to 1-1. Some activity down in the Athenian bullpen. Looks like Austin Warren down getting loose.
Up to iron.
Popped out.
Pop on out of bunt.
Decker got a good pitch to bunt, but just got underneath it enough, and it's right to the third baseman, Weimer, for out number one. Cale McCarty is the hitter now for the Athenians. Grounded out his first time up. Cale McCarty, just a sophomore, played all of his games this season so far at shortstop as he takes his first pitch for a strike. One of the tougher positions to come in and play as a young player is shortstop. Anytime you have to play, we talk about the middle of the field as he took that curveball there for a ball to run the count to 1-1. Catcher, shortstop, and center field are sometimes some really tough spots to come in as a young guy not having any experience to play. But Cale's really done defensively a nice job.
Yes, he has.
That's now 2-1 to McCarty. Chops that one foul. Count now goes to 2-2. And his at bats, start of the year, you could tell a little tentative, lacked a little bit of confidence, but he's getting much, much more confident, much better swinging the bat here as we've gotten through the season, which you knew he would and hoped he would. McCarty takes the curveball way outside and in the dirt for ball 3 to make the count now full. Again, one down here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. McCarty's 3-2. Taking low for a ball. Second time McCarty's been on base tonight, actually. I forgot he's the one that bunted and reached on the air.
Yes, he did.
Led to the first runs of the contest tonight. Batter's now Owen Bennett. Bennett popped out his first time. That pitch is taken high for a ball. Fastball high for a ball. Run the count to 1-0. Fitzwater's on deck. I said went from McCarty to Fitzwater. Forgot about Bennett.
You probably forgot about him because he hasn't been down here that much.
He hasn't. That's right. No. It's usually been McCarty then Fitz.
I believe Tuesday, this Tuesday down at South was the first time he's been down at the bottom.
Bennett's got a good swing as the count's 1-1. Roach sets and delivers to Bennett. Does have a good swing, but has struggled at times this year. So moving down, obviously, bottom of the order, a lot more fastballs he would probably see down there. A little pressure taken off of him because obviously another young kid didn't hit a lot of varsity last year. Sometimes that mentality of being in the 3, 4, or 5, you think you have to do way too much, and the thinking involved sometimes gets in the way of just go up there and swing the bat. Time is called there. Roach has gotten a sign. It had come set, but a ball had hurled in the direction of Coach Froge in the third base box from the bullpen. So we reset, and Bennett will see a 1-2 from Roach. Pops it up. Foul ground.
I think that's going to stay in.
Weininger just off the glove. Just off the glove. Drifted just a little bit too much instead of kind of sprinting to it. Obviously, with being in foul ground, so much going on. Foul ground, spin, and the wind, and tough there. So Bennett stays alive now, 1-2. So he'll ground that to the second baseman Long. Flips it to Chad for the first out. That's going to get to the fence. And Bennett will get to second on the errant throw from short. So McCarty is forced at second. But Bennett able to, he would have reached anyway on the fielder's choices. I don't think the throw would have gotten him, but obviously moves to second on the second Mountie error of the night. He will be replaced by the courtesy runner, freshman Andrew Martin.
The courtesy runner at second base is number 29, Andrew Martin.
Final over at the softball game. Pretty competitive game, it looks like, for the Lady Athenians as they lose to the Lady Mounties 8-2 tonight. 8-2. Final score over at softball. So this one takes a first pitch curveball for a ball. One out for the Athenians. Andrew Martin, the courtesy runner, on second. Sort of shows bunt, pulls back, curveball taken for a strike. Comes the count to 1-1. That may have just been a fake bunt there, Mike. Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Looks like it. Coach Rose didn't give any signs. Good cut there. Okay, he wanted that one too. He did. The fist clenched like he just missed it. Good cut. That's now 1-2. The curveball, able to get contact on that one's going to be a tough play. It's going to move the runner.
He's going to get through that one.
By him.
Yeah.
Martin will score from third, and I tell you what, Mike, that's going to be a tough call.
Yes, it is. That's
a tough.
Close.
I mean, because it was. They give it an error, but that I don't know. Well, they may have to go back and look at Bob Taylor's film because that looked like that would. I mean, it looked like his foot hit right about the time the ball bounced. So that's going to be.
Of course, I would have gave him a hit.
I would have too. Not that we're biased or anything at all. Especially you. Not
at all. We got the run. That's all that matters.
Yes, it is. As Kellerman takes a healthy hack on that first pitch he sees in the at-bat. Oh, he went down to one knee on that one. Had to fix his helmet, too. That was a good, healthy cut there by Will. Run the count to 0-1. Curveball. Kellerman turns. Rolls over on it. Toward the Mountie dugout to run the count to 0-2. So the Athenians take their first lead of the night. 3-2 here, but are hoping to get an insurance run here that would be huge. Fastball taken high and outside for a ball. There's a count to 1-2. Again, Fitzwater on second, reached on the errant throw by the third baseman, Weimer. Kellerman rolls over another one, foul. Again, count remains 1-2. Some people starting to make their way over a little bit from the softball game that just finished up here. Swing and a miss, strike three for Will Kellerman, and will end the inning. But the good guys able to take the lead the bottom half of the fourth inning. And we'll go to the fifth. Your Athenians leading 3-2. Again, Tommy Coy and Mike Schubert here this evening from Crawfordsville High School's Athenian Athletic Complex. We do apologize for the no picture. Don't know how long we have been without picture, but we apparently have sound, so we'll continue to bring you tonight's contest as long as we continue to have signal and such. Mike, again, just it's unbelievable. The weather we had in April to now, just the gorgeous weather we've had here in May. Not that I'm complaining or anything. It's been perfect.
Not at all.
But this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Again, if you haven't heard, Saturday your Athenians will be in action, both varsity and junior varsity, here at the Athenian Athletic Complex, Crawfordsville High School. They will host the Park Tudor Panthers for that doubleheader contest. Park Tudor, coached by former Athenian great Courtney Whitehead. He'll be in town. They'll also be honoring the 2008 state championship team. 10-year anniversary. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years since that 2008 team won the state championship. That doesn't seem like it's that long ago, watching Andrew Swart and Stephen Rice and Justin Wright and Cam Hobson and those guys.
There was a Harris on that team too.
There was.
Remember Blake Harris?
Right, Blake Harris, yes. Indeed. Like I said, that team still gives me nightmares.
Hey, Tommy, it gave a lot of team nightmares.
It sure. Oh my goodness! I mean, it was.
Yes, that was
the first game against Crawfordsville was Cam Hobson's first game that season. I don't think I've seen a better pitched ball game in my high school coaching career. Cam you could just tell he was chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
You could tell it was his first game. Boy, he was dealing. He was absolutely dealing. As he did most games he threw that season. Jake Decker is up to 3-0 on Cam Chad as he delivers the 3-0 pitch for a strike there to run the count to 3-1. Last check 3 minutes ago, Mike Tri-West is up 5-0 on the Chargers. North Montgomery as Cam Chad takes a curveball there for strike 2 to run the count full. Haven't seen any other updates anywhere else. Pop straight back. Bennett able to make the catch. Wow. We saw Franklin Central here in our invitational, right? Beat us 4-2.
Yes.
Or no, it was a little late there, but it was a competitive game, right?
Yeah, yes.
Competitive game, right? And then beat LCC 4-2 in the 5-minute short game.
Right.
Last check, they were up 11-0 on number 2 New Pal in the bottom of the 5th.
Wow.
This will be New Pal's second consecutive loss. They lost 13-2 to Fishers last night. So a little schedule team that we had is
the second baseman, Reese Long.
Hit by pitch for Ryan Stanley puts him on first with 1 out, and the batter is now Reese Long. Looked like that pitch may have gotten the tag hanging from the shirt as that pitch is taken for a strike. It looked like that might have been caught on the ground by Bennett. Again, sometimes catchers really don't help their pitchers or the umpires. Sometimes the umpires, I've heard them get on the catchers. It's like, man, you're making me look bad. These pitches are strikes, you make them look terrible.
That's right, yeah.
That's long swings and misses at the curveball there to run the count to 0-2. Again, Stanley on first after being hit by a pitch. Decker drops down, gets a ground ball to McCarty's.
Ought to be.
Retires.
Yes. Good.
Double play. Good job. Again, drops down to the side to get a little bit more east to west instead of north to south action on the curveball. Grounded right to McCarty, who easily tosses it to Scott at second. And then he throws on to first. Pretty good stretch there by
by Will
to hang on for the 6-4-3 double play to end the top half of the 5th inning for the Mounties. So again, the Athenians are able to work around a base runner, but they lead 3-2 going to the bottom half of the 5th inning. You know, most of the year, Mike, when you look at the scoreboard out there, and it's the opposite of what it is. You know, either we're up by a run or two and we're out hitting our opponent, but tonight, Mounties are out hitting the Athenians, but we're on the good end of the scoreboard. That's all that matters is the number of runs on our side compared to the Mounties. Again, trying to check on some scores here. See a lot of games already over with as they started by 5 or 5:30. Last check, like I said, Tri-West was up 5-0 on the Chargers. of North Montgomery. Let's see here. See if not getting anything from Lebanon or Western Boone. Look for the reporter to see theirs. Nothing there.
We're going to have 2, 3, and 4 coming up in the bottom of the fifth. Carson Scott will lead off, followed by Josh Blackburn and Austin Warren.
All right,
first one taken for a strike.
Last check, Danville was up 2-1 in the top of the third. That was about 20 minutes ago from the Danville. Twitter.
You don't see that very often.
He does not generally bunt it right back to the pitcher, but that's tough pitch. Really tough pitch there. Kind of had to adjust. It looked like it was a curveball that was curving right into him. Scott is retired from the first out of the bottom of the fifth inning. The batter is now Josh Blackburn. His first pitch is taken high and outside for a ball. Blackburn again playing first base tonight to the starting pitchers. Takes a curveball there for a called strike to run the count to 1-1. Again, versatility is a huge asset. Anybody be able to play the game. That's what has helped Blackburn and both Cade Fitzwater. He put the charge into that one.
Yeah.
But well played out there in deep center field. And Blackburn is retired. Probably one of the hardest hit balls of the evening.
Yeah. That was like just about exactly the direction of his home run the other night at South. So they had his number on that one.
They did. Put a good charge into it. Got a really good pitch to hit. Just missed as Austin Warren takes the first pitch he sees. Curveball low and outside. Their home run from Tri-West as Austin Warren takes curveball down the dirt to run the count to 2-0. It is now 7-0 Tri-West over North Montgomery. Just said before tonight's game as Austin takes the 2-0 pitch for a strike. That's probably one of the hotter teams right now are the Chargers. They won last night over Clinton Central 6-3. Playing really, really good baseball right now. Obviously struggling right now against the Bruins of Tri-West. So Austin takes another called strike there to run the count 2-2. Curveball just misses up and out. Stanley wanted it. Looks like Roach obviously wanted it too, but it was up. Count now goes full. Swing and a miss. Good curveball there by Cole Roach on 3-2 to retire.
No errors and none left.
The Athenians, but we'll go to the sixth. Athenians still leading 3-2. Oh, this is the worst song. Don't tell anybody I said that. Man, it's awful. Oh, they're playing the chicken dance, and if anybody who knows me knows, I actually threatened my wife at before our wedding. I said, if I hear that song, I'm leaving. So if you're going to play it, you better play it at the end. So,
I'm with you on that one, Tommy.
I did not put my request into. I'm sure if my wife is listening or watching, which she may not be. She's kind of busy with our two young sons right now, I'm sure, which... Thank you, honey. Love you. But yeah, she's probably laughing a little bit.
Just in case. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Final. Franklin Central shuts out New Pal 11-0 in 5 innings. Again, New Pal undefeated for a lot of the year and was number 1 4A for a long period of time. But Franklin Central, they were 9-9 going into tonight. Now 10-9. It's a big win for them. Big win for them.
Leading off for the Mounties, the left fielder, Austin Mannion.
All right, Austin Mannion will lead off the top half of the 6th inning for the Mounties. They'll have Mannion, Weininger, and Roach. 5, 6, 7. These guys are the ones that did some damage early in the game. Those 2 runs were a result of the bottom of the order, or this part of the order. Decker's first pitch is taken in the dirt for a ball. For a ball that runs off the plate. That pitch is going to be lined into left field for a base hit. Mr. Warren came up pretty quick on that one too, and kind of overthrew his shortstop. I can guarantee you, Coach Froge will be going to say something to him about that. Make sure he breaks down. Obviously, again, young guy. Usually he's more of an infielder, but does play a little bit of outfield. Again, versatile guy. That's.
They're kind of making a habit of getting their first runner on base here, Tommy.
They have been. Last couple innings is good pickoff attempt there by Decker, but Maine able to get back. Weininger is the hitter.
Nice play by Josh. Good relay. Good play.
4-3.
Nice play for the Athenians.
Double play. We won't. I can guarantee you, if Coach Froge sees that, I just know how his mind works. I love the.
I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
He's good. The first thing he's not even. He'll say good double play because we got the out.
Right.
But the first thing he's gonna say, Josh, what about your glove?
Exactly.
As Cole Roach takes a first pitch curveball for a strike. And Blackburn, I'm sure, will know.
Yes.
He'll know exactly. Roach swings and misses at the curveball there. And the count's 0-2. Second straight inning for a double play for the Athenians as well. That pitch is lined right to Scott. Good play by Scott. And that will retire the Mounties. So Jake Decker able to work around a leadoff single with some good defense by his friends. And we'll go to the bottom half of the 6th inning with the Athenians leading 3-2. Nice job. Got a ground ball, exactly what he wanted. Worst 0-2 pitch I think I've seen him throw all night long.
Yeah.
Way too much to the plate. Roach able to hit pretty hard.
Yes, he did.
Pretty hard, but nice job by Carson Scott. I love watching, and this is a credit to Brandon Froge. Brandon Froge is the guy that's brought the infield drills and things to the Athenians. You can see the softball girls working on it.
Right.
Talks a lot about your eyes go with your glove. And you can see Carson Scott, his glove was with his eyes, and his eyes did not move from the ball. That took an interesting hop off the dirt, but you could tell his eyes and his glove was with it the whole way. Obviously, you're not able to see that if you're watching or if you're watching this now, since y'all got the sound. But we've seen that a lot this year with our infielders, the way they have just continued to get better at tracking the ball. So the Athenians will have, make sure I'm right, I got this wrong the last time.
Yeah, 5, 6, and 7.
It is 5, 6, 7. Saunders, Decker, and McCarty.
There you go. And more, hopefully.
Use an insurance run here in the bottom half of the 6th inning to make whoever's going to come in the 7th much different mindset pitching with a 1-run lead than with a 2-run lead.
Exactly.
Shouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just because it's get away with a little bit more of a mistake with that big a lead.
Yeah.
Ooh, curveball taken for a strike.
That may get through.
That's going to be a base hit. Roach doubled up on the curveballs, but Cam, again, it's just... can tell he's swinging a good bat right now because you could just
Wherever he was just on, that pitch was down. He was down and got it.
And waited back. I mean,
Yes.
obviously, I think he had a feeling that was probably coming. Just did not get out on his front foot. Just waited back and hit it where he got it. So leadoff single there for Saunders. We'll now bring up the pitcher, Jake Decker. Squares the bunt. That curveball is going to be taken outside for a ball. We'll more than likely see a bunt here, I would think.
I think so.
More than likely down that first baseline.
That's where you want it.
Great bunt. Great job there by Jake
job
Decker.
by Jake. Yes, it
Great
is.
job by Jake Decker. Good bunt right on the line. Made it difficult for the guys to make the play, but they were able to make the play. And one thing, too, Mike, a lot of guys struggle with the sacrifice bunt. You're giving yourself up, so they want to start running to first base. It's not a bump for a hit. Jake did a nice job of seeing it down and then making sure that he obviously was able to see it down first before he got down the line. So sacrifice, and see who actually made the play. Was that the catcher or was it the pitcher that made the play on that? Did Stanley, the catcher, or did Roach, the pitcher, make that play?
Stanley made that play.
Okay, so 2-4 on the put out.
No. I don't think so.
Batter's now Cale McCarty. He took that first pitch for a ball. Curveball swings and misses, and Saunders.
Nobody's paying any attention to him at all.
They weren't. Weimer's like he's in the charge at third base. Had no idea, and that may have been something that Coach Froze. Sometimes he'll tell those guys, "Hey, they'll give them the green light on the steal if they do it." So the count 1-1. Infield is in. Roach goes from.
Oh no.
And Saunders is tagged.
Yep, Cale missed
out
the ball.
At third.
We're going to talk this one over.
We're going to talk it out. It's a tough play. The third baseman, Weimer, got the ball about the same place as Saunders. He tags him out.
He's going to stay with the call.
Really a tough pitch there to bunt for McCarty. But a squeeze. Got to at least get the bat on it.
Any way you can, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So the count's 1-1 now with 2 down. McCarty will foul that one down the right field line. And out of play. Again, the count is now 1-2. Tough break there on the squeeze. Fastball's taken high for a ball. Count goes to 2-2. Saunders obviously going on first movement. Not the pitcher. Grounded to third. Weimer able to come up with it. He throws over to first. Weininger stretches. And McCarty is retired to end the 6th. But we will go to the 7th inning. The Athenians lead the Mounties by the score of 3-2. Let's see who made the last. Pretty sure they have 8-9-1 coming up in the top half of the 7th inning here. We'll have to check here. Looks like Decker's going to come out to attempt to finish
we had
tonight's contest.
We were busy in the bullpen, so we've got a couple guys ready if needed here.
I think Warren was down there. Obviously,
Warren and Blackburn were down there.
Blackburn.
Yes.
Obviously, Saunders was on third. Obviously, not throwing down there.
Yeah.
So big inning right here. See if Jake Decker can get the complete game victory for the Athenians.
You say we got 9-1-2?
I think 8-9-1. It is 8-9-1. 8-9-1 for the Mounties coming up here in the top half of the 7th inning. Again, Mike Schubert along with Tommy Coy here. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Again, we do apologize for the technical difficulties. It must just be me. You know, they have difficulties whether it be with the sound or the picture or whatever. I mean, it's not like I'm putting my face in, my ugly mug in front of the thing. It doesn't, So that's all right, but we do appreciate you joining us this evening wherever you might be. Listening now to tonight's contest. Big game for the Athenians as they look to go at last check North Montgomery was down 7-0 to the Tri-West Bruins, so it looks like as of
For the Mounties, the center fielder, Logan Smith.
if things remain as they are right now, the Athenians and Chargers will both go in 6-5 on Monday night. But the Mounties are wanting to say something about that here in the top half of the 7th inning. Is first pitch delivered by Jake Decker is a strike to the center fielder Logan Smith. Pitch is lined into left field as Jake Decker drops down to the side there for a base hit.
Yep.
Now you look back and say, Southmont's had a lot of runs, had a lot of opportunities.
Yes, they have.
A lot of base runners, mostly by hits, as they have 7 hits.
I think Coach is not going to make anything.
Yep, Coach Froge is making the slow walk out to the mound to talk with his junior pitcher, Jake Decker. Looks like he is going to go ahead and make the change.
Yeah, I think it's going to be.
It's going to be Austin Warren.
Yes.
So good, solid job tonight by Jake Decker, the junior. Really nice job tonight. First varsity conference start of his career.
Oh.
So Austin Warren will be called upon to try to close out tonight's contest, and his first Mountie he will face will be the ninth position hitting Tyson Bouchong. Austin on the year. Take a look at his stats.
Crawfordsville's number 34, Austin Warren.
This will be Austin's 13th appearance of the season. He is 4-0 on the year. Does not have a save. This will be one of his first opportunities. Actually, he had an opportunity earlier in the year. He does have a blown save, but also picked up the victory. So again, 4-0. Again, 13th appearance on the season for Austin. He's thrown 25 2/3 innings, given up 20 hits, 18 runs, 16 of those earned. He has struck out 30, walked 22. So a guy that can sometimes be a little erratic at times, but does have the raw power to be able to blow a fastball by anybody. He does have a pretty solid breaking ball that he can throw. But obviously the fastball is going to be his best pitch, as he has a lot of coaches who have seen him throw already this season. He has a pretty electric arm.
Yes,
and again, he is just a sophomore. So he's going to continue to get stronger, continue to work, and continue to get better. So the situation is Jake Decker goes 6+. It is his runner that is on first base. Jake Decker is in line for the win. But we hope it doesn't get to this point, Mike, but he is not eligible for the loss. He is just eligible for the win. He will not take the loss, so it will be a no decision no matter what if the run scores. So Tyson Bouchong, the 9-hole hitter, will be the first to face Austin Warren. Defense resets. The infield remains the same. Blackburn at third, McCarty at short, Scott at second, Kellerman at first. Decker goes out to right, and Saunders will go to left. First pitch taken there for a strike as Bouchong showed bunt, but he pulled back. Good first pitch there for Austin Warren. That's a big pitch right there for a reliever. Come out and throw strike one and get ahead and stay ahead. That pitch is outside, almost into the left-handed batter's box. Good job there by Owen Bennett to make sure that he was able to corral that pitch as its count moves to 1-1. Still a good crowd here tonight. Obviously, county matchup. Sagamore Athletic Conference matchup as Bouchong goes after that one. Probably one he wants back.
Yeah.
Really high and outside.
Hard to do something with that one.
Especially with the velocity that Austin has and the movement he gets. See if Coach Welliver is still going to have Bouchong try to bunt here. He is. It's going to be a foul ball, and that's going to be strike 3 for a strikeout. It's going to be out number 1. for the Mounties, but they now come back to the top of the order in the form of Cole Weimer. Cole Weimer swung the bat fairly well this evening, which is obviously why Coach Welliver wanted to move the runner from first to second by the sacrifice, but it was not able to get done. Warren's first pitch taken there for a strike off the outside corner for a strike. Good pitch there. Good first pitch there for Austin Warren. Again, getting ahead. Warren checks the runner, Smith, and deals. Strike 2 called. Got good movement, a little bit of tailing action. Looked like that might have drifted a little bit more off the plate. Again, sometimes, the catcher, sometimes even the movement, the catchers, even after the season, far off, as that's going to be fouled off. Looks like that might have got a little piece of Owen off the arm there. That gets Weimer thinking. Weimer, obviously, the hitter here, but he gets the hitter thinking that pitcher's off that outside corner. I may have to, extend my zone a little bit. Yeah. That's what he kind of did there. Pitch is fouled back. Austin, you could tell, was trying to blow that one by Weimer and just got a piece of it. Count will remain 0-2. Again, Logan Smith at first after a leadoff single. Chased the starter Jake Decker. Austin Warren retired Tyson Bouchong via strikeout.
And a strikeout for Weimer.
Great pitch.
Great pitch. Yes, it was.
Curveball. Weimer had no idea that was coming, and he can't really argue that one. That one was right there for out number 2, and the batter is now the shortstop, Cam Chad.
The shortstop, Cam Chad.
Great 0-2 curveball right there, too.
Yes, it was.
Weimer was frozen. Bennett again able to corral a pitch like it was in the left-handed batter's box. Count goes to 1-0. Again, Smith takes his lead at first. Austin checks and deals. Jams him, gets a ground ball. And we're going to have interference.
He's out.
And that's going to be the ball game. Carson Scott came in charging on a ground ball. He was ran into by the center fielder Logan Smith for interference, and that will end tonight's contest. So the Athenians get a big win.
Great win
over the county rival Mounties by the score of 3-2. A come from behind victory tonight for the Athenians. That win will move the Athenians to 14-9 on the year, and officially move them to 6-5 in Sagamore Athletic Conference play. So at the moment, your Athenians will move all alone into 4th place, as they will move ahead of Lebanon, who is a half game behind officially. There is no final score, obviously, yet. I'm going to take a look here, see if we can't get any final scores from around the area. At last check, North Montgomery was down to Tri-West 7-0. Tri-West Baseball's Twitter does a good job of keeping their scores up. Ooh! North Montgomery making it interesting, Mike. It's bottom of the 6th. Bruins up 7-5.
Coming back, huh?
They have the potential to do that.
Yes, they do.
We were talking about every team in the conference right now has the potential to go on a 3 or 4 game winning streak, but then they also have the ability to go on a 3 or 4 game losing streak because of some of their offenses for sure. See what I can get from before we sign off here. Anything about Danville? Now their last post was 40 minutes ago. They were up 2-1. They're playing, I believe, at Lebanon. I see here all the reporters giving is softball. Getting real quick here, look at the Frankfurt Times. They've got nothing. See if Frankfurt Baseball's got anything. Oh, forgot about this. Congratulations also to Marion. Marion won the Crossroads League tournament title. Many Sagamore Conference athletes are on that squad. Leo Lopez, Maverick Bacon, Bailey Adams, Devin Zachary, Caleb Myers, Zach Prickett, and Crawfordsville's own Chase Dow and Brendan Dow are a part of that squad. So, again, congratulations. And two of our own, the Dowls, Brendan and Chase, are a part of that team. So, Marion, for the second consecutive year, they were a part of the NAIA tournament last year. They will go on to participate in the NAIA tournament. All right, not finding any scores, but a big one tonight. Great outing by Jake Decker, Mike.
Yes, it was. It was. Just this has been a good night for the Athenians. This good week, I'm sorry, because we had a great outing by Will Tuesday night and a great outing by Jake Decker tonight. And like you said earlier, that we're usually on a lot of games we've been on the losing side when we out-hit the teams. Well, tonight we managed to pull one out when it was just the opposite. They got 7 hits, I think, to our
three hits.
So
that's right. Sounds about right.
This is what happens. This is what happens a lot of times. The errors we had 2 errors tonight. They were early, and we clamped down and made some really great plays. We had 2 double plays tonight. That was great. Carson Scott made a nice play in that last inning, and it was just a great effort tonight.
And again, there's nothing really glaring that you can really point to that has been an issue. I mean, the walks and things have been an issue earlier in the year. Walks wasn't an issue tonight. I think Jake Decker had one walk and 1 hit by pitch, but just a really good first career Sagamore Athletics and Montgomery County start. So good job for him. And Austin Warren picked up his first save of the season. 4-0, building up a good resume for his sophomore season. 4 wins to no losses and the save. All right, so tonight's final score, the Mounties fall to our Athenians by the final score of 3-2. Again, a reminder, Saturday, big day here at Crawfordsville, as they will have the junior varsity doubleheader, hosting the Park Tudor Panthers, coached by former Athenian Courtney Whitehead. The varsity game's first pitch will be at 11 o'clock with the JV game to follow. Also, as we talked about, Mike, they are going to be honoring the 2008 state championship team. They're going to be honoring that team. All as many as I'm sure can come and be around will be here on Saturday. So we encourage really any Crawfordsville High School alumni. They like to bring the alumni to the games. Anybody come and watch the game on Saturday, but obviously want to set a special invitation to those. Obviously the alumni with Courtney Whitehead going to be here for the for Park Tudor. Does Coach Sadowski. Sadowski still coach over there too. Coach Sadowski will be here as well. So big day. Hopefully a beautiful day. Sounds like the weather's going to be great. The Grand Prix is Saturday.
In the 80s, yeah. I talked to Coach Hobson last night, and I believe he said there was just about everybody but maybe 3 were coming back.
Good deal.
Does that sound about right? Yep. Yeah.
Good deal. That's awesome.
That'll be nice. That'll be great to
team.
See.
Great team. I told you I had nightmares, Coach, thinking about that team, but it's one thing to lose to a team like that, but every single one of those 2008 kids are just tremendous people. Just tremendous people. Just great young men, played the game the right way, really represented Crawfordsville well, so it'll be great to see kind of where they've all gone, and nice to see them all back here. 10 years. Again, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
Championship team. All right, lasting things, Mike.
I'm just proud to be an Athenian. Good week for us so far.
Big week.
Going to be a good Saturday. Courtney coming in. Be a good game.
Big game heading into next week's. Big three games.
Yeah, we plugged in a while ago. We plugged most of them.
Absolutely. Big game Saturday, then big 3 games next week. Like you said, 2 teams.
North next week.
2 of the 3 teams that are ahead of us in the standings, we play.
We got them. Yep.
We've got them here. So, for Mike Schubert, this is Tommy Coy. Again, final score here from the Athenian Athletic Complex at Crawfordsville High School. Your Athenians victorious, completing the sweep of the Mounties by the final score of 3-2. Good night, everyone. We will talk to you Saturday.